and the lorry movements that are associated with that. And it is important that people benefit and are rewarded for doing something that is in the national interest.
Jeremy Corbyn.
Mr. Speaker, what studies has the Secretary of State taken of the effect on aquifers where fracking has taken place that are deeply polluted and run well beyond the local community that he's seeking the support for to introduce fracking back into this country? Surely he must understand the dangers of this are going to be here for decades and decades to come, long after whatever small amounts of gas have been extracted, and it's future generations that will suffer because of this policy.
Mr. Speaker, it's no surprise that I disagree with the right honourable gentleman. I would refer him to the 2012 report that was done that went through this and went through what had happened in the United States for comparison purposes. First of all, it found that the evidence on pollution of aquifers was not actually any good, that most of the stories were invented or were scare stories, but in addition to that, the UK has a very good regulatory regime, so the combination of ignoring the scare stories and decent regulation means that one can be confident that aquifers will not be damaged.
Helen Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Residents in the northern part of my constituency are rightly concerned about the impact of tremors on their often older buildings, and they're worried about the impact of the extraction of coal bed methane through fracking on their rural way of life. Can the Secretary of State explain in detail, which he hasn't done so far, exactly the mechanism that communities will be able to refuse to allow their consent for coal bed extraction and shale gas fracking? Because compensation is not consent.
Yeah.
Well, compensation and consent become two sides of the same coin, that people will be able to negotiate the level of compensation, and it will be a matter for the companies to try and ensure widespread consent by offering a compensation package that is attractive. Do you know, Mr. Speaker, the other side, they howl and wail about this, because actually we're trying to use market forces. It's amazing, a Conservative government using market forces.